Welcome
Welcome
to
to
Shade in
Shade
the
in the
City.
City.
I'm your girl Treese.
It's Nels.
And today, y'all, we are here to get into this tell-all part one. I excuse us for the tardiness. I ain't even gonna hold you. I was just telling Nels, just like I told y'all last recap, it didn't look exciting to me. I think that they delivered on their promise. But y'all may disagree. But anyway, we're here to do the 90-day fiance the other way. This is the season 6, episode 21, tell all, part one. So we got another part. They don't ever know how to just throw all this craziness together. And anyway, so yeah, y'all, if you haven't already, y'all go ahead and hit that like button for us.
And that subscribe button.
And y'all, we're gonna get into it. But if I seem unexcited, it's because I am. All right. And yeah, y'all, let's get shady. Okay, so let me just say, disclaimer. Y'all know I love coming up here, coming out here and talking to y'all, Shade Squad and new viewers. Please let's not get it confused, okay? It's them. It's not you. It's them. Okay. So let's just get that straight. So yeah, y'all. We kick off the tell
I
all.
bet they like, we know.
What'd you
Girl.
say?
I said, I bet they like, we know.
No, right.
Girl.
So anyway, first of all, I don't know when Joanne became a psychic. We've been watching her for 20
Yeah,
episodes now.
she's been said that in her first scene. That's
Really?
how her and her dude met.
Oh yeah, because she was doing the readings and stuff for.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that because that's how
Yeah,
much
she
I
been a
know.
psychic girl. She been a
Look,
I would have
and
thought
she
she'd
and
been
she
able
couldn't
to.
tell and she couldn't tell that she was gonna piss her kids off when she
I was
made
about to
that move.
say, but she couldn't tell how this was gonna play out. So I mean,
Look, we know somebody else like that was psychic. So anyway, she feels that James's
yeah.
energy is he. I'm just hey,
Yeah.
look, anybody and everybody could get it. Okay, so she feels James' energy when he comes in and says he feels so relaxed, and she comes back with Sean, who's happy to be there. Tatha comes out, followed by Corona. Corona says she has no plans on soft partnering any of her castmates. She admits that she thinks Lily is a boss and that basically she may need to lead Josh. She also says that James just says what people want to hear. I can actually agree with that. Sarper and Shekinah arrive, and Sarper says he never imagined being in the U.S. So obviously, like I think I kind of hinted to y'all, don't be surprised when they roll out the new 90-day fiance and we have to watch Sarper and Shekinah again. So that's another thing that I'm not excited about because I already told y'all I didn't.
They ain't playing. Remember, they ain't making no money. They ain't working. He can't work with no women. They need this check.
Look, I already told y'all I don't want it, but okay, TLC, you're gonna give it to us anyway because that's just what y'all like to do. So anyway, then James asks Corona basically if Inky's gonna show up, and basically she says that he better not. So Corona tells production that Inky fumbled the bag when he lost her. She admits that he never loved her. Sean feels bad for her and says he can't wait to basically address Inky. And I was like, okay. And I seen a lot of compare, but it's giving Conor McGregor, sit down, okay? All right. Chill out a little bit. This ain't your battle, all right? This ain't your UFC fight.
I
So
ain't
she
gonna lie.
not
Let me say something. If it was my dude, I'd be like,
right.
pipe down, sir.
Calm down. Calm down. We have our own issues we have to defend.
Exactly. Let's not go fight nobody else. No other woman's battles. Okay, just
Right. And then Sarper says that Corona is I'm sorry, noisy and annoying. And that her and Inky were just two different people. But I guess feels like he's playing advocate for Inky. And I said, well, somebody, I ain't even gonna hold you. Y'all know I don't really care for Inky, no way. But I actually was here for Sarper, like not allowing him to be attacked because that's what everybody wanted to do.
I was cool with that, but for him to be like she's loud and annoying, I don't feel like she was like that with him.
Yeah.
There was a lot of times where she said she was soft partnering, and given her personality, you can tell that she was.
Yeah. No, I can agree with that. But that's, I think, just going up because they probably watched their castmates the same way, whatever. I feel like, because that's the same thing, like when he called Tatha out and he was like, she cries a lot, even though she did cry
But she
on
did that on
stage.
camera. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
She did that on. She does. We say
um, and then yeah, so they all go out to start the show. Sean comes out, welcomes everyone. Inky and Lily are there virtually. And then Sean makes the announcement that Statler and Dempsey won't be there. They've broken up. And as we all know, Statler broke the NDA, and so TLC uninvited her to the tell-all.
All right. Did you think it was weird that they were eating a stick of butter?
I thought it was very weird that they were eating sticks of butter.
I thought until they said it, I thought it had to be.
When she said like a butter stick, I was like some type of candy or something. And then when they actually showed them like eating it like it was a banana, I said, "Oh, that's nasty. That's real nasty." But granted, some people may, when they say the carnivore diet.
Yeah, I've heard of the carnivore diet, but
I didn't think it involved butter.
I ain't never seen nobody eat no stick of butter.
I would understand lamb and
I've seen meat. I've seen
right
and things like that. But all right, so out on set, Sarper said, to the public, he's an alpha male, but in his relationship, she kind of basically do what she wants. So right now, he's there on a K1 visa. Josh and Lily are doing the best in their relationship. Josh, I'm sorry, are not doing the best in there. I was about to say, I was like,
that is not what happened. I was like, which reunion did you watch?
I left out the knots, okay?
Oh, okay.
Are not doing the best in their relationship. Josh seems to be in denial about it. Sean is happy to be in the US. He says, it's not permanent yet this time. Tatha is back, but she said, how basically nothing's changed. Okay. It's the same as last time. What?
My notes say, so I'm skipping ahead. We know Tatha has been back in the US for 4 months, right?
You about to say something about
sick. She don't look sick to me. I don't know, y'all.
Maybe it take time. Maybe it take time.
I'm just saying.
Maybe she brought her herbs with her tea. So Corona confirmed that she's back in school. Thank you. Good job. But her and Inky are nothing. Okay, and Sean called his ass out, told him he was a scumbag. Inky said that he was actually in love with Corona. And basically she said, lies you tell. So Sean got right into Sarper's manipulation tactics. To get Shekinah to stay in Turkey. She said that she didn't know his motives behind it, but clearly it didn't work because here he is. You know what? Let me say something. I agree with, was it Corona that said it? I thought Shekinah was the one getting like stepped over. And I mean, I guess sometimes she'd be giving him passes or whatever, but no. It's really giving Shekinah really wrong.
I know, no, and it's so funny because I was actually thinking that, and I was like, I never want to go up for Sarper, but as we're about to get into this next scene, I'm even gonna hold you. I don't know, but for me, like her wanting him to chase after her and her foolishness, and I don't know. I was like, I actually felt bad for Sarper, like.
Mm-hmm.
And him being over, and I've never felt bad for Sarper. And I was like literally battling with myself because I was like, well, he has, I guess, put her through a lot, but still, I agree with, it's very toxic. It's very toxic.
I mean, what has he really put her through?
Well, just like she said, just always having to relive his past and people he's been with, and it keeps coming back up.
But you knew that when you got with him.
I don't disagree with that, but
so like I said, you don't have to. You chose to.
I agree. Like I said, for the first time ever, I said, damn, I feel bad for Sarper. I said, this man can't do nothing without her. He can't breathe. He can't work. Hence why we going to see them on 90 Day Fiancé. Because like Nell said, the whole poor man can't get a job.
Mm-hmm. So basically Sarper said, he had to do it because it's too difficult for her to adapt to Turkey, with the language and being far away from her daughter. Now he was asked if he would have still proposed if he knew that he would still end up in the US. After a long ass pause, he basically said that the engagement or marriage is just a signature. Okay. Um, so he didn't really care. Okay. It was more about the relationship and them being together. He said long distance doesn't work for them because she's possessive and jealous and territorial. She kind of said that's normal. She said, what the problem is? That's what I'm supposed to be. That's what it's supposed to be like. Okay.
Mm.
Um, he said the only way to stay in her good graces is by staying in her territory. Okay, because once he's out, he becomes a disgusting, gross creature. And I
And
believe
that
it.
is absolutely what
I
it's giving.
believe it. She kind of brings up a joke that he made when they landed, saying ladies need to lock their windows and their doors, and she feels like behind every joke there's some truth. He said that he needs to, release the bad energy. If he can't release it from his love below, oh, okay, that's what I was putting.
Not you
From
and
his
your love
love
below
below.
again.
Okay, huh?
I said, not you and your love below
I
again.
love below. Okay, famous words from my three stacks. Okay, love below. Basically, James agrees. He said that he makes bad jokes too, and told Tata to keep, basically keep his hands full and his balls empty. Okay, and she won't have nothing to worry about. Of course, everybody on the panel is disgusted by this. Um, so then they brought up Cyprus. It says Cyprus. Jeez, you know what, Siri? At this point, like,
You stupid.
so then they brought up if Sarper was to go out in LA without Shekinah. He said, that's not even a thought on his mind. She said he can go because he's not a prisoner. And they told him,
And he knows he can't because technically he is.
oh, and they told him basically, she would feel more comfortable if she was tracking his phone. And he said, no, 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 that's a boundary for me. That's what we're not doing. We're not going through no phones, and we're not doing no location sharing. Literally, and she tried to bring it up, like, why can't I? He's like,
Right.
listen, he did it in the water. Like, listen, I'm gonna give you all this other stuff.
Right.
This is what we are not
But I
doing.
mean, I hate to say it at the same time, it sounds like he don't do too much without her no way. So what's the point of having your location on the tracking you when I'm with you all the damn time?
I mean, they was talking about if he goes out to the club or something.
He can't do that.
She
So
said he could. She said he could.
the lies she tells.
Right. um,
Look, if he knows what he needs to do to protect his peace, he could go. But when he come back home,
ain't
he
even
don't want
worth
to deal with that.
it. Ain't even worth it.
Right.
But basically he said he don't want her going through his phone because there's stuff in there that, his homeboys and friends sent him, like some, nasty little videos that he don't want her to
Repeat
see.
videos, yeah.
So she kind of is grossed out. She said she doesn't even want him imagining and, explaining to his friends what he would do to somebody else. He said that he just watches it and laughs, and
Can I
he
just
just
say I feel like this is just my opinion only because
Mhm.
I can admit I've been in the phone. I feel like every man has a group chat like that with his boys.
Mhm.
And if you're stupid enough to go through it, you're gonna see that that's exactly what they do.
Mhm.
Like they sit, share video, like that's exactly what they do.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm kind of like Shekinah. You're like I said. I feel like every dude who
But
has a good group
that's why he
chat,
don't want her to go through it because she's not going to be that understanding.
right?
So then they bring out Shekinah's friend Josh. He said that he has concerns because of their jealousy and says that she kind of has a lot of male acquaintances. So I mean, you better get used to it, okay? Cyber said as long as it ain't super close, he's not worried about it. He's not worried about Josh because he doesn't sleep with women apparently. Then when Josh mentions that Sarper will have female acquaintances, she shut that down
She said another one. She said
real quick.
he's not allowed to have female friends.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
What do you
So
think about
Sean, what, can't have female friends? You know what I think about that.
that? That's why I asked you. But she can
Especially,
have male friends though.
he's gay.
But I'm sure that's not her only friend.
And he wasn't always gay though. The thing is also they've known each other for a super long time. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's levels.
Now I get what you're saying. Because so I'll back you up in this because I get what you're saying. It'd be different if you had a friend that you knew for a long time. But what you're not gonna do in your good 40s and 50s, I'm sorry, is I'll be out here making new female friends. We're just not doing that. Now, if it's somebody you know from back in the day, from high school, from college.
No. You misunderstood me then. You misunderstood. Because I'm still not okay with all people that you knew from back in the day.
Okay, I hear you.
And new friends, no new friends.
No new friends.
No new friends. We're not, absolutely not. We're not doing that. No.
Look, if you don't know them by now, you'll never really know them.
Never know them. Okay. Never, ever. Okay. But I'm cool with friends that have always been friends.
Right.
From back in the day.
Right.
But if we're talking about friends that there used to be something, there might have almost been something, y'all almost crossed that line and now y'all friends because y'all can't be nothing else. It's a no for me. It's a no for me. So then Sean asked Tatha if James can have any female friends, and she said absolutely not. And I'm with all of this. All of this. Okay? Look, like Shekinah said, it's normal. It's normal. Okay. Sarper says that he understands her jealousy because he got the worst resume on the planet. And I love that he said that.
Yeah, no. And that's why I was like, oh, I was kind of like, well, he has,
25. Let me say something. What we can't do is bash Shekinah for how she feels because we ain't never dated no man that slept with 2,500 women.
Right.
So we can say, yeah, I wouldn't do this or I wouldn't allow this or that should be okay and that should be okay. I ain't never been with no dude. Let me say something.
I get what you're saying on that.
That would be a box of red flags to me. Okay.
For me, that would be honestly, once I heard that would be a turnoff to me.
That would be a red light for me. So the fact that she decided to accept this but mama, what you can't do is I got to keep on dealing with his past. That's what we can't do. Because 2,500 women, you're definitely going to deal with his past.
Right.
I mean,
somebody going to come out the woodwork.
Most people got 2, 3, 4 major exes.
Right.
You might have to deal with 1 or 2 of them. Okay. This man has 2,500 women that he slept with. And some of them actually thought that they were in relationships. So
right.
You're going to have to deal with that. Okay. So let me see where I left off. Okay. So then Sean brought out a woman from this said resume.
Didi.
Okay. Didi. All right. Now, Didi said that her and Sarper are friends. Okay.
And this is no shade to Didi. I don't know, but she seems like a very nice person. But in my opinion, and I guess maybe because he's been with so many women, so he don't have a type, but she didn't give me that she's his type.
I wouldn't give it to him. That's not for me, that's not a friend. That's somebody you slept with. See, that's somebody you crossed that line with. That is a hell no. That is a absolutely not.
Did they sleep together? Because I think
yes.
I thought they just talked.
Nope. They said that they slept together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was one of the 2,500. She's from the rest.
Because I thought I actually was. I was like, why are you calling that girl a one night stand? Huh?
She said yes. You thought she was just a therapy session.
Yeah, I thought she was just a good friend. I thought maybe they might have messed around or something, but I ain't think, shut up.
You thought she saw Sarper and said, I don't want that thing. After 2,500 women that had it, you thought she was the one that said no, I don't want that thing.
I don't know. I just,
Child, no. Okay, so yeah, Dee Dee said that her and Sarper are friends. Shekinah said, yeah, that's not. He don't have no female friends. Okay, so you're definitely not friends. Okay, Sarper confirmed that she was one of the one night stands. Look at that. That's in my notes.
you stupid.
Confirmed that she was one of the one night stands.
I tried to help you, Dee Dee. I tried.
I'm with Shekinah on this one. Y'all ain't friends. We can be.
And see, I feel like, how you gonna tell him what his relationship is with her? Like,
oh, Dee Dee?
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you something. Dee Dee would have got a nice little ass whooping.
You stupid.
She'd have got a nice little beat down. Nice little beat down. I mean,
especially when she's scrolling and she's like, "No, we had all these conversations."
Let me tell you something. When Corona and Tatha congratulated her on her restraints, I was with them. Because when I tell you, I wouldn't have went nowhere. I'm not walking off of nowhere.
Well, and that's what I didn't like. Like, you can't.
I would have got up, snatched that his phone, and then snatched her by her hair.
Well, luckily she wasn't on set.
Child. Okay, yes. So yeah, Dee Dee was doing the most. Okay. She said that they got together during COVID. They drank, they hung out. We know what hung out means. So she basically confirmed it too. And then they stayed in touch. She kind of said, until when? When, Bookie? How long y'all stayed in touch? Dee Dee said no, since till November of last year. Okay. Apparently he met this girl when they wasn't together, but it sounded like they were still talking.
There was some overlap. There was some overlap.
And I'm with Shekinah. You overlapped that with me. Nigga, you dumb or you stupid? But apparently he did tell the girl, he had a girlfriend. And apparently, she was trying to hang out, meet Shekinah, but
yeah, I love when she was like, I ain't got no problem meeting.
You like that she said that?
Oh, I knew this part was going to upset them. I thought it was nice of her to be like,
why? Who are you? Who are you to meet the girlfriend? This is the problem. No, see, listen, that would be great if this is a sister, an actual friend, a cousin, somebody that's going to be around in his life. Who are you to be meeting his girlfriend? Oh. Who are you? Who are you to be telling his girlfriend about who he is, the type of man he is? Who are you?
She just wants to make her feel more comfortable about their friendship.
There's no friendship. Who are you? Who? Who are you?
Oh God. Oh,
I can't believe you. I can't believe you. What's wrong with your auntie? Child, that girl crazy. She got issues. She crazy, girl. Anyway, let me listen. Apparently Sarper knew his woman, okay, and said, yeah, we're not gonna do that, okay, because she's a little possessive, she's unpredictable.
Right.
Okay. He asked Dee Dee for her opinion of who he is now compared to the average Turkish man and who he was before. Why would you do that? This like I'd have just Sir, what? Why?
Because she knows him, because they have a friendship.
Trace, if you don't stop. She kind of said, he ain't got no female friends, man.
Oh God.
Oh my God. So she says, girl, hush. So she says she doesn't think that he'll cheat, okay? And he'll be very honest and loyal. And she thinks that their relationship is toxic. Who are you? Yeah, let me tell you something. When I would have made this girl for this small, I would have played the shit out of her. You think a one night stand got say over my relationship? Who are you?
His friend. They have a.
Did you hear my uncle?
No, what she said?
Oh, okay, good. So she said she don't even know why this girl has an opinion when she's just a one night stand. And when I tell you, Shekinah, you ate with this one. Because
You are not she ate with this, but it was the one night stand and he was still continuing to talk to outside of the one
that don't
night.
mean she's the only one. That don't mean she's special. That don't mean she's the only one.
So how many other ones gonna come out the woodwork and say we had a friendship?
That's what happens when you decide to accept a dude that slept with 2,500 women.
Now that I ain't gonna argue.
What I'm saying is she's not special. Who are you? You see what he did to the other chick, the one that showed up talking about, oh, he told me he loved me and da 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 da. We don't know if there's other chicks in the background that he was talking to.
Oh God.
All right, let me get back to what I was saying. Okay.
Well, I will say Nels has made this more entertaining than watching it was, so I can appreciate that.
Jesus Christ. And then this girl says, that they was planning to meet up and they was texting, they just didn't meet up. See, now you being messy. Now you trying to get under my skin. Because before you talking about, oh, we was just friends, and now you want to throw up in my face.
She was trying to meet up so she could meet Shekinah too, and they could have lunch.
And he already told you no, so you were still trying to meet up though.
And I get where Shekinah is coming from, where that's weird. That's weird.
And now you're trying to be funny. And now you're trying to throw this in my face. And that's why I'm gonna throw these hands
at the screen.
Listen,
you're gonna be windmilling at the screen.
I was Shekinah. Security would have been taking me out. She was very demure, very cutesy. Okay. Not
very toxic.
I'd have been very niggerish. Okay. So Sarper tried to say that, they only had they only text 2 or 3 times. And then Didi pulls the receipts and starts scrolling through this long text thread. See, if you was a friend though, if you was an actual friend, you wouldn't be doing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're attacking me and my legitimacy as his friend,
she kind of gone.
Oh, well, that's true. Okay, you're right. She was off stage at that point. Okay.
Yeah, you being messy. And friends don't do that. If you was an actual friend, what you wouldn't be trying to do is come in between my relationship. But showing these receipts, that's exactly what it's going to do. It's going to cause a fight between me and my partner.
Okay. All right now.
That's why you can't be friends with people that you done slept with. Because this is the type of mess you get. What? I want to slap her for Shekinah. So yeah, I don't think I mentioned it, but yeah, Shekinah left. She got off the stage. But she's in the dressing room. She's I ain't going nowhere. She's refusing.
He refuses to come out as long as the girl is on screen.
Couldn't have been me.
And I get it. She's like, she was looking for a moment, and I'm not giving it to her.
I would have gave it to her. I'd have gave her more than a moment. Sarper said that, this is what I'm talking about when I say unpredictable. I'll just stop shit on his ass too. So while on break, production went to go check in on Shekinah. She said that, she's done dealing with his past. She's been dealing with it ever since she met him. This is the only thing I didn't understand. You knew what came with him. Okay.
Right. And you still wanted him. You done forsake your whole family, your daughter, and everybody else for this man. So don't get upset now.
Exactly. So Corona and Tatha, like I said, they went to go check in on her. She said that she's fine. She's just annoyed. She feels like Sarper could have done more and, can't believe that Didi had the nerve to tell her about her own man. So the ladies tell her that, she handled a lot better than they would have. I agree. I think better than a lot of women would have.
Tata
Sarper and
would have just sat up there and cried.
you said what?
Yeah, James, what? She
I
just
don't
would have.
know. She might have cried while she was beating somebody's ass because Tata looked like she got a little fire in her. She emotional. But you know, shit. You can still beat somebody's ass while you crying.
I get it, but
You get that. It's that mad cry. You know. Um. Let me see what I love. So she said she felt some type of way that Sarper hadn't come to check on her, and basically Corona told him to get his ass over here because like, what are you doing for real? Like, so when he got in there, she's basically reaming his ass out about the fact that he didn't leave the stage when she left, which I kind of felt like that was stupid.
I agree with
In the
you.
confessional, Sarper says that he's a virgin to serious relationships, and he's still learning. That's about the only thing he's a virgin to.
Right. But
And
when he said that, I can't even lie. I was like, damn, I forgot about that. He's never, but he was also married before. So he's saying he put no effort
like a
into.
year, yes, he didn't love that girl. He didn't. Yeah,
I mean, okay.
yeah, he said it. He did it just to please his family.
But again, that's another thing. I'm sorry. That's on her. She knew he had never had a serious relationship before, and this is the first serious relationship he's been in. So basically, you got to teach him how to treat you, literally.
Well, he said that he doesn't know what he did. He told her that they were in a social setting, and he's there to like try to make everybody happy. And she said the only person he really needed to be concerned about is the person that's in his life. Okay. Then he asked her why she was being so bitchy. She told him, listen, don't do that. Don't do that while I'm upset. Okay. Don't you dare use that B word. He said that he's there in the US. Okay. I'm here just for you. And she said she doesn't want to keep having, these small fractures in a relationship. And then it turned into a big break. Then he started saying all the things that he's done for her and changed in his life. And I loved when she said, if you're going to start looking at yourself like a prize, then you need to start acting like one. I said, bars.
Bars.
Bars. I said, okay, I'm gonna have to use that one.
Yeah, no, that was a good one. I gotta give her that.
Oh, she said, if you're gonna start looking at yourself like a prize, you're gonna need to start acting like one. I saw, ooh, ooh, ooh. So okay, Shekinah. All right, put the girls on. Put the girls on.
You stupid.
I'm
All right,
done
you
with
done with
these.
them?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Get
Okay. So
out of
then we
here.
move on to Josh and Lily, right? Now, Sean asks how things are going on a scale of 1 to 10. Josh gives it a 6, while Lily says that they're at a 3. Okay, in her mind. She says that they've been arguing constantly since they've been married. And Josh blames everything, or Josh says that blames her for everything, and they don't hug or have sex. So they still not doing it. She says that she's completely lost her confidence, which is understandable. Josh gets emotional and says that he knows she's not 100% happy, and that makes him sad. But he still clearly is not willing to knock her down. So when Sean is like, well, how do you feel when you see Josh emotional? And, Lily kind of just doesn't have any feeling. Okay. Corona points out that Lily probably feels
I
that they're,
thought, didn't she say she don't feel nothing?
yeah. Corona points out that Lily probably feels like, these are crocodile tears that are coming out of Josh. And I'm gonna be honest, I kind of felt the same way. Sean asks, why are they holding on to this relationship? And Josh feels like, they love each other and it's worth fighting for. And James tells him he's delusional and says that the love is one-sided in their relationship. James accuses Lily of not being in love with Josh at that current moment. And Shekinah says she thinks Lily is in love with Josh. Sarper tells him he needs to sleep with her, basically, and Corona can agree with that. And James thinks that Lily is tired of being rejected. Shekinah kind of coincides or agrees with that. And Lily says in her culture, it's the man's job to initiate sex with a woman, which I think she talked about during the season. And so, and women in her culture feel shy about this. So she's getting tired of tapping him on his shoulder or sending him the calendar Outlook invite to figure out when they can plan to do it. Okay.
I can't stand you.
I'm just
I can't deal with you.
So, speaking for a friend,
You're a messy bitch.
I'm just saying. So then Sean asked him the last time they had sex, and Josh can't remember. Josh said they've been putting basically, he's been put down so consistently that basically he's not in the mood. It doesn't he declines the invitation every time he gets.
What's his definition of being put down? Is it when she says like I
You broke
paid
and you ain't got no money and you can't do
she
nothing?
don't say that though. She just be like, this was expensive, or I bought this, or she's saying what she did. Is
Well,
that putting him down?
that strikes up a larger conversation between the cast, because James can relate, as your libido, I guess, goes down. I'm speaking from a male perspective. I'm not speaking because I can still get it in. But, apparently, when they can't provide, they feel like, and you're maybe getting on them about it, or they just feel the way that they feel. It kind of messes with their sex drive or their libido or whatever. And so, yeah, James said he went through the same thing. So he understands, because their dynamic is the power dynamic is off, because
Right.
Lily is the boss B that
It
she
ain't
is.
about you. Take one for the team. The hell? It ain't
Look,
about you.
they have medication for that to get you in the
And
mood.
it's been months. And what they said, they had sex 4 or 5 times their entire relationship. That's
Right.
crazy. That's crazy. That's madness.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not married yet, y'all. So I'm gonna just, before I say this, before y'all tomato me in the comments, okay? I understand things happen because of medical, or as you get older in life, right? However, I would absolutely think that if we haven't, and we've been separated, and we have only done it 3 or 4 times, I would absolutely think that my partner was cheating and getting it somewhere else. I would honestly believe that.
And like you don't have the desire to.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And we've been separated for this long, and we just got married. We had this beautiful ceremony we could hardly pay for, and you didn't knock her down after the wedding.
I mean, how could he be cheating? He literally
We got beautiful red sheets that we were supposed to lay out. And he said, "Oh yeah," and she was saying about the significance of the sheets, and we got to do it. And he was like, "Yeah, yeah," and he still didn't give it up.
Girl,
I would just have to think that you're getting it from somewhere. I would just have. I'm sorry. I would just have to think that you're getting it from somewhere. And that goes both ways for Lily and for Josh. And that's why I understood where Tatha was coming from. Yeah, I was worried about James being over in America by himself, because I knew if I couldn't give it to him, somebody would, or he would, might pay somebody to do it. I mean, so, so anyway, yeah, basically Sarper tells him he needs to sleep with that girl. I think I said that. Yeah, they only did it 3 or 4 times. And then Corona questions her as to why she's fighting for a sexless relationship. Lily says she loves her husband, and as long as they can grow old in good health. I said, girl, I guess that's what it's a companionship. I guess that's what it's about. Like I don't know. I guess when you get a certain age, or I don't know. And Sarper points out, like I said, they talk about the power dynamic, and how that probably is making him feel insecure. So then we get into the James and Tatha of it all. We learned that she's been back in the US for 4 months. She says she agreed to come back because he agreed to bring her sister Angel there to visit. James talks about how Angel stirs up drama. Tatha starts to cry in true Tatha fashion, and Sarper says she's cute, but she cries too damn much. And I think we can all agree about that. So he asked if she's like that around the house as well. And James says she cries about everything, bro, all the time. This is not, he's like, y'all, if y'all annoyed, imagine what I go through on a regular basis. We can't have a conversation without her crying. And then here goes Shekinah. I understand, it just really reminds me, she really reminds me of how I used to be. I used to be a lot like that. And, and it's not about her crying necessarily about the situation. It's, it's something triggering, something else that she's thinking about. And I was like, girl, bye. No, this one is overly, overly emotional. It's not even cute. I feel like she needs to learn how to regulate her emotions, honestly. So Sean brings up Angel, and there's an awkwardness. She brings up Angel not trusting him, and she says that she don't really know him. She feels like there's nothing she needs to know about James, and she's really not interested in getting to know him. Angel came with an attitude, okay? So the cast kind of called Angel out for not being supportive of her sister. Um, and she's like, yeah, I don't really care. And so then and she's like, he didn't do anything. He's just him. And I don't like that. I don't see it for him. So Tatha talks about how she plans to bring Angel despite the obvious tension between her husband and her sister. And she feels like they just need to talk about the issue and it'll all go away. Shekinah suggests that she cuts her sister off. Now, Shekinah, I'm gonna have to disagree with this because you done cut off your whole family, or they done cut you off because you feel that way. And hey, again, you got your prize, so I hope it was worth it. Tatha said she did cut Angel off, as we know, for 2 years. But you know what I'm saying? She apologized, but James points out that yeah, but she came back and basically is doing the same thing. Angel says that she's jealous because James stole her sister and didn't ask permission to marry her. And apparently in their culture, this is something traditionally that he was supposed to do. And this is when I appreciated Corona pointing out that Angel had already spread false rumors about him. So why in the world would I come and ask for permission to marry your sister when I already know you're going to tell me no? So then, and James says that. He's like, yeah, I didn't see any benefit in asking Angel. Angel wants an apology for that. And then Sean brings up the broken promises that James has made. And not Sean, the host, but Joanne Sean, speaks up and admits that, Angel does have a point. He has broken a lot of promises. The kid conversation comes up and she's like, do you really love my sister? And he says that he does. And at one point he did want kids, but the world changed, not him. And he just talks about how the world changed so much after the vid, and, it became so unkind. And,
I love when Corona was like,
no, it
look,
has
it was always like that.
right. And Sarper basically, look, if you love her, you would, let her be a mother, basically. Tatha says she would stay with James regardless if he wants a child or not. So we now know that she ain't going anywhere regardless. So we don't need to see them. TLC, I'm telling you this right now, because we already know she back in America. I don't want to see Angel come to visit on 90 Day Fiancé next season. I don't want to talk about her and them getting pregnant anymore when we've already realized that he don't know what he want to do. And I don't want to see a whole nother season of them arguing about this, because she's already made it clear that she's not leaving. So can you save us some screen time in an hour and 25 minutes of our
Pretty much.
yeah thank you in advance. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, she gonna stay with him. And James, like, already talks about how he paid for the visa in order for Tatha to come back. He had to pay for the visa in advance, so she knew he wasn't playing with him, because he played in her face many times. So I wasn't mad at her for that. I mean, hey, she had to make sure it was going to happen. However, I do think it's stupid inviting your sister, who don't like your husband, into your household, and she's there to start some shit. That just don't seem smart to me. And so Angel does ask Tatha if she's happy, and she says she's happy with James, but she's not happy where they are. Now, the one thing I feel like TLC dropped the ball. We spending so much time talking about, Angel and James and whatever the case may be. Can we talk about what are you actually doing back in the US? Because when we last left off with you, you had fell out. Your parents were barely talking to you. You were still worried about paying off this car. I don't think you had a place to live. So in 4 months, I don't know how long he's been back, but I would like to know Do you have your own place now? Did your parents take you back in, and do you have a job? But this is why I'm already hinting at we probably gonna end up getting him for another season of 90 Day Fiance, and maybe they'll explain it. But I don't want it. I'm telling y'all, I don't want it now. Okay. So when y'all hear me complaining when we reviewing that, it's because I can already see what's happening because they gave us nothing on like as far as update wise on like where they are in their life outside of him arguing with her. And I'm sure, like I said, it's gonna be. It's I already see it. I already see it. It's I can't. I can't. I
Mm.
gotta go. I can't. I already know what's about to happen.
So on break, Sarper went and called Inky, and he basically told Inky that he understands him because they're European, and Americans just don't understand. They'll
Well, he
speak
also
Spanish.
I like and I can kind of agree with him. I do think, granted, I don't know nothing about Iceland, but how he was like, Inky's not like a yeller. He's not like a.
No, that's why I didn't understand because, like I said, she was not giving that energy to him.
That's true. That's true.
The only time we saw her like that is in the confessional. She
That's
was
true.
literally soft partner him. So when she's like, "Oh yeah, Icelanders they're calmer and they're not yellow," she didn't do none of that.
Well, what from what we saw, he said something different.
And well, we saw the same thing that Sarper saw.
Well, no, but remember he said he had came to America to visit her. Well, I'm jumping ahead, but you know what I'm saying.
Sarper still didn't see that to
Okay.
be talking about it.
Okay, I get where you're going. I get where I'm picking up what you're putting down. Okay.
Yeah. So then he told him that he doesn't know how he dealt with her and asked her if he had the bid. I thought it was funny how he said it because who names their child that?
Right.
Well, I mean, of course, that was her name before them, but
Yeah.
still, who names their child that? Um,
Maybe her mom
and
really
he-
liked the beer. I don't know. I mean,
um,
there's people. I mean, there's no shade. There's people out here named Hennessy. So
I knew you was about to say Hennessy. I don't know why that hit different though. That hit different than Corona,
it does.
right? Like, Hennessy ain't cheap for real.
Right. Look,
Basically, and you,
Hennessy got a little classiness too.
it's a little look classy, classy base.
Classy base.
So he said that she's small, but I don't even think I can say that. Anyways, when Sarper got back in the room with everybody, Corona was talking about Inky, and he told her that she's collecting a team to attack him. She said, "No, but I could do this all on my own." So Sarper basically said that he wants to hear Inky's side. He
I
said
was
everything.
surprised that she kind of didn't go at him more. That she kind of just fell
I
back.
think they're waiting for that for part two.
Oh, okay.
I think they're waiting for part two. Because that's who they start off with. It looked like they start off with Inky and uh Corona. Um, he said everything was good in Iceland, but when he, got to the States to visit her, he felt like it was a completely different person that greeted him at the airport. He said he tried to do couples therapy, but basically she told him no, that he's the only one that need therapy. He said after that, he just left, and he left for good. He said breaking up with Corona was the most difficult thing he had to do in his life. And then he got up and walked off. I thought that was weird and awkward.
It was. It was awkward, and drops mic. I feel
Yeah, right. I can't do this. It's giving drama. It's giving an
it is
act.
giving drama, but it's
It's giving an
also
act. You're putting on an act. It's giving actor. I want to get picked up. It's giving. Give me a script. I can improv if you like. It's giving all the things. It's giving all the things.
well, I mean, I don't know because he the one that came out after the fact and said that the relationship wasn't all of that that they gave us. But I will say I think it was more for him because he knew she had already been bad mouthing him. It was just like I'm gonna say my piece and then I'm out. I don't really care what you got to say. Deuces, I'm done.
Mm-mm.
I said, well,
Ciao.
oh, you done?
Oh yes, I'm done with them. Until next week.
Okay. Well, thank y'all for tuning in to our recap. We actually Nails made this very interesting, so I appreciate her for that. Um for the 90-day the other way tell all part 1. If you haven't already, please make sure that y'all go ahead and hit that like button for us.
Make sure you comment.
Make sure that you guys are subscribed
And hit the notification bell.
and make sure that you're following us on all the platforms, the blue sky. Okay.
Yeah, you got to say that one first to make sure you don't
Right,
forget
to make sure I don't mess it up. The TikTok, the IG, and the Facebook. And yeah, y'all, we will catch you next week for part 2 of the tell all, and hopefully it ends with part 2. But yeah, y'all have a wonderful week and a great weekend, and have a good night. Bye bye.